Hi, we're Palak and Nidhi, founders of Open Spaces Capital. And in this short video, we're going to take you through our framework that allowed us and our students to quit our corporate jobs, create generational wealth, and build cash flowing rental portfolios in record time.
And the best part is it won't require you to work nights and weekends. It won't force you to become a handyman, and you won't have to spend any time away from your family. We call it the supercharged burst strategy, and it's quite a spin on traditional real estate investing.
And it's built for people like us. If you have a demanding corporate job, if you can spare a few hours each week, and if you have a little bit of capital to get started with, this strategy is right for you.
How many times have you told yourself, I need to invest in real estate? And you've listened to tons of podcasts, read books, but you still feel stuck in analysis paralysis.
We totally get it. And in the next few minutes, we're going to simplify this entire process for you. But here's the thing. A lot of the advice that you find online isn't meant for people like you and me. I'm going to explain to you why. All right, so if you are anything like us when we first got started, what we used to do is we used to consume a lot of content online through podcasts, books, social media, and we used to think, why doesn't this fit us? And then we realized because most of this content is meant for people who don't have any money, but who are willing to leverage their time because they have a lot of time to build their rental portfolios. And all of this advice is meant for them. We had good corporate jobs, and what we didn't have was time. And so we had to build our own strategy that fit our lifestyle.
So in the last few years, we've used this exact strategy to turn $25,000 into an 8-figure portfolio. And you may have seen us being featured on different publications like Business Insider, Bigger Pockets, and a whole host of other publications. Or you may have read our book, Accelerate Your Real Estate, which is a best-selling book.
But before all that, we were in corporate following the same broken model that probably led you to this video. So growing up, we were always told that the path to freedom and wealth is to go to college, get a degree, work till your retirement age, and then maybe you will have time. And that's what I did. So I got a degree in mechanical engineering and worked in corporate for 17 years, burning the midnight oil.
As did I, right?
Yeah.
So I worked in corporate finance and strategy for 17 years, following what people told me to do, hoping that there'd be light at the end of the tunnel. And then we had kids.
And then everything changed, just like it does for a lot of people, right? We had kids and then we realized that we had no time for them. I would leave the house while they were still sleeping, and that was even if I was in the country because I was traveling a lot for work. And then I would come home just in time to put them to bed, and sometimes I wouldn't see them all day. And we said, okay, something has to change. We call this now the 9-to-5 employee paradox. These are the golden handcuffs that a lot of us wear. So we knew that 401k and savings wasn't going to cut it. We wanted financial freedom fast. And so we started looking into real estate investing, and Nidhi found the BRRRR strategy. And we loved the idea of this
today. And what Scale Framework does is really we apply 3 lenses to the BRRRR strategy. One, we wanted to retire in 3 to 5 years as opposed to 10, 20 years. Number 2, we wanted to do it with the least amount of our time and leverage other people's time as much as possible because we still wanted to spend time with our kids and our families. And number 3, we wanted to do it with the least amount of our own capital because it's not like we had hundreds of thousands of dollars just sitting somewhere. So we had a limited amount of capital, maybe 25, 30K to start with. So using those 3 filters, we applied that to the BRRRR strategy and came up with a scale framework where we used years and years of our experience to use systems, technology, and process to be able to supercharge BRRRR.
And we basically took an age-old strategy that works in any market cycle and we modernized it.
So let's now talk about the scale framework, which is our framework that modernizes the BRRRR strategy. We'll talk through every step in the scale process. S stands for scalable acquisitions and deal analysis. So this is all about finding the right neighborhood or city to invest in. If you live in an expensive market, maybe you should consider investing out of state. And with the technologies and processes that exist in this day and age, it's a lot easier to invest out of state, right? So step one is figuring out where you're going to invest and where the numbers make sense. And step number two is predictable deal analysis. So analyzing hundreds of deals and knowing that the numbers work before you even start putting in offers. And step number three in scalable acquisition and deal analysis is building your deal pipeline. So knowing which property is going to invest in and then having those deals come to you rather than you having to chase those deals. So really building out your deal pipeline.
All right, so the letter C stands for construction without the DIY. I don't know about you, but I'm very much anti-DIY. So construction without DIY is about three things. Number one, how do you plan a project really well? How do you get the scope of work and how do you estimate your rehab costs well so you can put the right offer on a property? Second is how do you hire the right people? All of us have heard stories of a contractor taking somebody's money and not finishing the projects and all of that. But there are ways to learn how to manage contractors really, really well. And so how to build and manage the right team. And then the third one is how to run your project really well so that your construction project finishes within budget and on time. And the letter A stands for adding cash flow. How do you market the property well to find great tenants who are interested in your property? How do you screen them well so you end up with great tenants who will take care of your property, who will pay rent on time, and who will make your experience as a landlord really good? And then the last piece is how do you manage these properties so that you're not the one taking those late night tenant phone calls? How do you build the right team that can help you manage these properties with systems and processes as opposed to your time?
The L in the scale framework is leverage and commercial finance. And this is really where the magic happens, right? So learning about how short-term financing works, how long-term commercial finance works, and also how do you bring the least amount of capital throughout the entire process, right? So I come from a finance background, it took me at least a year to really understand the power of commercial financing. And without that, it's very difficult to scale. You want to be able to buy a lot of properties, whereas if you buy a property in a conventional loan, you'll be limited to maybe 3 or 4 properties. So learning commercial financing is critical to your success.
The letter E stands for exponential growth. How do you take a business that has traditionally been run by mom and pop landlords and put in the business systems and processes so it gives you ultimate scalability? So you're not the one spending your time to scale this business, but it's being done by your systems, processes, and your teams. So the scale framework, what it allows you to do is it allows you to achieve 3 things. Number 1 is generational wealth. Number 2 is passive income with the cash flow. And number 3 is time and location freedom. And it's the perfect combination of the 3 things that we all want when we want to escape corporate grind, right? That's what we all want. And the scale framework helps us achieve that.
Now let's look at a BRRRR deal and how it works in action. This is a property that we purchased. It's a 3-bed, 1.5 bath, 1,000 square feet. When we bought it, it was listed for $90,000. We were able to negotiate it down a little bit, but it was listed for $90,000. We found the deal on MLS. It needed some work, right? There's always buy a property that needs some work. That way you can force the appreciation by doing the rehab. These are some before pictures. There was a very, very dated property, not very livable, really old condition. As you can see, the kitchen was really, really dated. The bathroom was very, very old.
And here are some after photos of this property. You can see that we renovated it. It was a complete gut job. We put in new hardwood floors, new kitchen, new bath, all new plumbing. All right, so now let's take a look at some numbers.
So if you look at the deal, we actually purchased, it was listed for $90,000. We purchased it for $85,000. We rehabbed it, and along with the soft costs, which we always incorporate, it was $66,500 for the rehab and soft costs. After we fixed up the property, because we forced the appreciation, now the property was worth $200,000. And we went to a lender and said, hey, this property is now worth $200,000. Can you give us a 75% loan against this property? So we did a cash out refinance. And we created, just because we did the rehab, we created an equity of $50,000 just in one deal. And over the next 10 years that we're going to hold on to the property and rent it out, our cash flow alone in the next 10 years is going to be $50,000, appreciation of around $60,000. This is just very conservative numbers. And the debt pay down, because remember, we're holding onto the property, so the debt gets paid down every year. So in about 10 years, we'd have paid out about $25,000 in debt. So if you include the equity that we created up front of $50,000 plus the cash flow plus the appreciation and the debt pay down, that's a total profit of $185,000 in the next 10 years. Right? And that's just one deal.
So when you work with us, that is how you get started, because a single family home deal is a really great way to learn the ropes and put in everything that you've learned into practice. Now, what I also want to talk about is the potential, right? What do you move on to next? So the next step would be to get into multifamily investing and implement the same value-add investing strategy that we've been talking about into multifamily. So here are some numbers of deal that we did. So it's a 10-unit building, and what we did was we purchased it for $375K. And a lot of people ask us, how are you buying properties so cheap? And that's because these properties are distressed properties. So they are cheap. The regular first-time home buyer does not want to get into these deals, so that you can buy them cheap. Purchase price was $375K for this deal. We put in another $275K, and as we were saying, you can finance all of this. You don't need to come up with all of this money. You can come up with a little bit of seed money and finance the rest. And then when we were done with it, we rented all of the units out, and the total rent was $12K a month. Everything said and done, this property then appraised for over $1 million. So if you think about it, when you take all of your expenses out and the mortgage out from the rent, the cash flow came out to be about $3,500 a month. And I love talking about how to stack assets like pancakes. So you have this one asset that's generating $3,500 a month in cash flow. Now you stack other assets on top of it. And what you do is now you're stacking your cash flow. This $3,500 in cash flow is for life, right? And the equity that we created in this deal was $250K. Sometimes I think about my life before and then now, and I think about like my annual salary was not $250K, it was less than that. And I had to work 40, 60, sometimes 80 hours a week to earn that salary. And this deal I was able to do in a few months, spending just a few hours a week doing this deal, and I made $250K in equity doing it. And that's why this strategy is so amazing and so powerful.
And not to mention that the cash flow of $3,500 a month is only going to go up as the rents go up over the next few years. The equity of $250K is also going to go up over the next few years
as the property appreciates. Absolutely. And then the other thing is we should also mention the tax advantages. Your $3,500 a month in cash flow does not get taxed the same way as the W-2 income does.
You've seen a glimpse of how we turned a $25,000 investment into a $10 million portfolio. But you're wondering, how many other people have done this? Well, we've pushed thousands of people over the years to do this exact same strategy, and their lives have changed. Just take a look.
For anyone really thinking about joining the community, I think, one, do it and go for it.
Invest in yourself.
Go with your gut.
You can do this if you put the time and the effort in.
I finally made the leap, and it was the best investment that I've ever made.
I've learned so much from Pollock and Nitty. Just the best husband and wife team that you can learn from.
I love how they break down the actual information and they present it to you.
Before I joined the community, my investing activities were all over the place, and the program helped me focus.
The process has been streamlined for you, so then you're able to succeed much quicker, much faster, and with less mistakes.
You cannot be a master at everything yourself, and so it's good when people come together and we can all learn from each other.
The framework that this community gives you, it gives you that start to finish of how to leverage the BRRRR process.
We didn't want to take the time, 2-3 years to recreate the wheel and learn it. We wanted to learn from someone that's already done it.
Having Pollock and Nitty to tap into their wisdom and their wealth and their experience, that is huge. That's something I couldn't have accomplished on my own.
My biggest takeaway from the community has actually been the community itself.
I've made so many connections and so many friends.
My real estate bestie, I met her through open spaces. If I'm in a up or a down or whatever it is, she has my back.
There's so much support.
You have people to lean on when you have a problem.
The ability to connect with other people.
Sharing resources, learning from them, bouncing ideas with them, venting to them, It's priceless.
I wouldn't be where I am today and own 3 multifamily properties if I hadn't joined this community.
If you're coming into real estate for the first time, it just works better to have a mentor and someone to guide you and direct you.
This is something I wish I knew about years before I did it. A year from now, you'll be wishing that you did, and you'd be wishing that you started, versus a year from now, you can be, several properties in and increasing your net worth tenfold.
You can find even more success stories and testimonials just like this around where you're watching this video. We have tons of people who have achieved success through this. And I'm confident that whatever your situation is, we've probably worked with someone just like you. And that's exactly why I'm inviting you to take the next step with us. Somewhere around where you're watching this video, you're going to find a place where you can fill out an application and book a call with our team. On this call, we're going to do 3 things.
So the 3 things that we're going to cover on the call. Number 1 is goal setting, right? So kind of knowing where you are now and where you're trying to get to, and also what's holding you back, right? So really figuring out what your goals are. And don't worry if you don't have any goals just yet, that's what the call is for. Step number 2 is figuring out a customized roadmap for you to achieve those goals. So whether you're a new investor or an experienced investor, it doesn't matter. We'll create a customized roadmap for you to achieve your goals.
And the third thing we're going to do on this call is give you an implementation plan. So we have a free resource library that we're going to give you access to. We're going to help you figure out how you can implement all of the things that you're going to learn. And what we'll do is, if you're the right fit for our program, we'll give you details on how our program works. And if you're not the right fit, we're happy to point you in the right direction. So the worst case scenario is whether you work with us or not, you're going to have this customized roadmap and a plan for you so you can achieve your goals. And the best case scenario is you can come alongside Nidhi and I, and we have tons of investors in our community who have achieved their goals, who have a multi-million-dollar portfolio already. So you can work alongside us and them and our entire team to help you achieve success that you're after. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about what it's like to work with us. So our program is based on 4 pillars: curriculum, coaching, community, and accountability. Curriculum is all about the step-by-step guidance that you're gonna need to build and scale your rental portfolio. We also give you a business in a box. These are all the standard operating procedures that you can just plug and play into your business. We'll also give you access to our team members so you can build your team fast. Next is coaching. We have multiple calls each week where you can connect with us, bring your deals so we can look them over, work with people in our program who have succeeded already. They've built their multi-million-dollar portfolio and they're giving back to the community. They can help you navigate any problems that you're going through and give you advice as you navigate this world of real estate investing.
The third pillar is community, right? And community is really one of the most important things as you build and scale your rental portfolio, because as one of my mentors said when we first got started, there is no transformation in isolation, and you need a village that's going to help you get that success. And you will find the best community with people who are so helpful. These are people who are giving and people who are at different stages of their investing journey, so you'll learn from everyone in the community as well. And the fourth pillar of our program is accountability.
And you get a one-on-one accountability coach that customizes your path forward. They're gonna help you stay on track and achieve your goals. We also have a digital wealth tracker that we fill out as a community every month. This wealth tracker allows you to track your progress and your key performance indicators, because it's all about the metrics and the numbers with us. So we're gonna do that together.
So ultimately, if you think of the 4 pillars we just talked about, what they're going to help you achieve is learn everything from beginning to the end, right? So really learning everything from how to pick a neighborhood, how to figure out where to invest, how to really do predictable deal analysis, commercial financing, which is one of the key elements of the BRRRR strategy. How do you find a contractor? How do you manage the rehab project? To how do you rent out the properties? Everything from end to end is what you will learn through this program.
So our program truly helps you build and scale your rental portfolio, and we have tons of people who have achieved this success, and we hope you're the next person to achieve that success as well. Now, the call that you're about to book, what I would like you to do is fill out that application, take a couple extra minutes and give us as much information as possible, because we can only take on a few people at a time, because we want to make sure we get to know you, and the team works really hard to help you achieve success. So we can only take on a few people at a time. So we're really picky about who makes it through the application process. So take your time and fill out that application. Help us get to know you. And remember, this call could change your financial future. So we want you to bring your A game to this call so that we can help you achieve success. Somewhere around where you're watching this video, you're going to find a calendar, a link to an application. I would like you to take your time and fill it out. Take a couple minutes and fill it out and book a time with our team. Take that leap, and we'd love to see you on the other side.
Hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching.
Bye now.